I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I definitely get like very hard on myself if I can't do something or I can't do it right or if it's not good enough or at least I don't think it's good enough. When I was younger, uh, our family situation wasn't the same. So I think since I was, 7, I wanted 8, 9, 10, like playing tennis, I wanted to be number one in the world. So that happened way before anything else came. I still think my parents, were very hardworking, very kind of like blue collar people, really. So I think they instilled that in me from when I was young and wanted all these things. That's kind of how the way I've always gone about my business and my tennis and everything. And I think as I got older, I always put too much pressure on myself to set my own narrative, which I think was good and bad. So I think that once I kind of got older and realized like, okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like maybe this is fun, maybe it's cool, maybe I have a different story than everyone else and I do want my own narrative, but I also need to not totally like shy away from it or kind of push it away. My sister actually called me like in the middle of the night and you kind of just know it's like not going to be a good phone call because it's just something doesn't sit right. Probably the first real, like, I think personal, like, more traumatic side of an event that I've had to deal with during my career that wasn't tennis related as far as injuries. I think it was more difficult off the court and for me going home than it was actually playing tournaments and competing. Because for me, that was like an escape where, like, I didn't have to deal with anything. I was top 10 at the time, hitting a career high. But as soon as I went home, it was like having to make sure I made time to go see her and do all these things. And then you feel guilty because you're on the road and you can't see her. And so it just kind of like turned into this vicious kind of cycle. I think everything I kind of learned before that happened helped me deal with the situation at the time, prioritize what I needed. And yeah, that seemed to help because I seem to still do well on court and my mom's improved and everything is kind of trending upwards. Just to put things in perspective, like anything can happen. So make sure you make time for yourself and to like enjoy what your family or your life or what's going on is super important.